Hello, my name is Todd Berner with the Bras Company. Today I'm going to walk through some of the features of BizViz Productivity Analytics. You can see we're looking at a drilled down view of productivity analytics with an enterprise location, US sites, particular plant, then a specific area, and a packing robot. As we take a look at the packing robot, that's an individual asset that we're going to take a look at. You can see that we've got the OEE chart at first on the top left, and there you see OEE for this specific packing robot broke down per period within a shift. In addition to seeing the overall equipment efficiency for each period of that shift, you can also see that above we have the graphs as well. And those graphs above are showing us the actual separate pieces of the OEE calculation. So we can look at the availability, the quality, and the performance all on a separate basis. Then over here on the right, you can see that we also have a downtime Pareto chart. And in that you can see we are looking at the count of the number of downtime events that have occurred in this shift. Of course, we can go back and look at other shifts. We can look at real-time or historical information with this product. And you can see we're looking at the count of each individual piece. And we can also, instead of looking at it as the count, we can go look at any time period that we would like to. We can select a previous shift. We can also look at different features of this. If we want to look at the scheduled downtime or the pre-shift, we can select that. And if we want to see the view differently than as the count, but we want to know what, say, the overall duration of downtime is for these events, we can select that and apply it, and you can see we can look at the hydraulic pressure low is 5,019 seconds, and we can look and see that out of tape and retooling, we can see them individually, which one has what count, and we can look at it at percentage. And here we are looking at the which downtime cause gave us the most percentage of downtime on this particular asset. So that way it gives us the ability to focus our efforts on making improvements on the downtimes that are going to save us the most downtime and increase on our efficiency, and then of course increase our overall profitability. Now you can also see a production analytics charts here, which is showing you how many good parts, bad parts, how many total parts, reworked parts that we have on this particular packing robot. And you can see that we have 3D charts, and you have them overlaid on top of each other. So you look at the total, and then on top of that total we're able to look at each individual component of that total in one view. You can also see that we have the ability to, if we want to, go up and edit this view, and we can take the reworked parts off of it, and then we will no longer see that on our chart. So that's a nice feature. And then over here you can see we have a cycle time analytics chart, which shows us what our cycle time is on this particular asset during different parts of the shift or different parts of that production run. And so that way we can look at both what is considered to be good and acceptable range of production, and what's exceeding good, as well as you can see we have a dip over there towards the middle, which shows us that we were well below our average cycle time. So that way you can look and see what was going on in that particular period of time. Maybe a specific operator is not as familiar with this piece of equipment as others. Now this was our default view for this, but we're going to go take a look at some, another view that we have defined, and you can define as many views as you would like to in this product. And each individual user can customize their own views as well. So instead of looking at this view, we're going to go over here and let's look at the ideal, or how about the ideal versus actual view. You can see that comes up, and we see a couple of things here. We're looking at ideal versus actual over here in the analytics area. So we can look at the red line, which is showing us the actual production right now, and we can look at the ideal. And the ideal is charted, from the beginning of the shift to the end of the shift for the total number of parts that should be made during that shift. And then the actual shows, where you're at in comparison to that line. So as you can see, you can quickly notice here the difference between where you're at and your ideal as time proceeds, and you can see what point in time you start to go off, and you also know what you need to do to try and get back on track. And then here we have another view of a downtime chart for the packing robot, where we can look at multiple downtime events and have definitions and know how many specific events of downtime we've had on this particular piece of equipment. And then up above you can also see that we have what's a Graphworks plugin to this product. We can plug in Graphworks and pretty much allow you to design any custom view you would like to in Graphworks and plug it into your view. And so here we're looking at the OEE, and we've turned it yellow because it's below where we'd like it to be. Availability is yellow because it's below. We can look at performance is green, so that's good. Quality is good, and you can easily change these views and make them appear however you would like to within Graphworks, and then plug it into the BPA product. And so now we're going to take a look at our downtime auditing view, and we'll click on this. Just a second here, and okay, here we go. And when we go to our downtime auditing view, you'll see a report pop up. It's a downtime audit report, and you can see that this brings up a report on all the downtimes that have occurred for a particular shift, and of course you can go in and select a specific time and shift that you would like to look at, and you can see that each downtime event is listed, as well as what the event was, how long it was, the duration, when the event started, when the event ended, the cause of the event, and you can see the events that are in red. Both these two events in red are unassigned, so we know that it was starved and there was a fault, but we don't have assigned responsibility. So here we can go ahead and assign responsibility to this as well. See, we're selecting both of those, and now we can go ahead and type in or select a cause or select a responsibility, and once we do that, we can assign it, and once we assign it, you see it turns black. So and that's a brief demonstration of the features of Productivity Analytics. Thank you for your time. Please contact your local BROS representative at 1-800-AUTOMATE if you have an application you'd like us to look at.